What's going on, people? DraganRecon here, the most unknown person in the gaming world, and today I'm gonna do a review of Noire, a heavily story-driven game published by Rockstar Games. So you're thinking probably, Rockstar Games, GTA, is this game another GTA? Is it Red Dead Redemption? And the answer to that is no. It is a totally separate game from those games. Some similarities to the GTA, but overall, this game stands out alone as its own game. You're going to assume the role of Officer Cole Phelps. He's a former World War II soldier, which plays a pretty big part in the main story. As you progress towards the middle and end, it'll really start to kick in what's going on. You're gonna progress him through the different departments of the LAPD, starting out as your typical cop, moving on to traffic cop, then to homicide, then to vice, and then finally with arson. Now, there are different cases in these different departments which are individual on their own, but some of these departments, they do have a theme, an overall theme, and you'll kind of solve the mystery towards the end of your time inside of the department. There is a free roam in the game, which is really unnecessary considering there's not too much to do aside from a couple street crimes and collecting film reels and collecting some hidden cars.
That is justice, capital J, Detective Phelps. Developed such a reputation, I'm not going to be able to hold on to you any longer. You're getting promoted. Go on, get your new assignment. It was good working with you, son.
Alright, so combat. Probably wondering what that's about. And it's pretty simple. Very similar to GTA. Simple cover mechanics. The weapon variety, there's not too much variety. You got your shotgun as you see here in this little clip. You get your pistol, rifle, couple machine guns throughout the game. Nothing that really stands out though. That's to be expected. You're a police officer.
Put down your weapons. The bank is surrounded. I'm offering you a chance.
Copper.
We don't know how many are in there. Take it slow.
Stay down.
Although you can die in the game, it's really hard to die from the combat. It's really that easy.
Should be all clear.
There are some very nice cinematic fight scenes and gunfights, which are pretty fun, as you can see from this one here. Some of them are really fun like that. When you're not in combat, you'll be driving from place to place, and it's pretty boring.
You can drive.
So the good thing is you can let your partner drive you around, which I really like.
Nice car.
Saves a lot of time,
Apartment issue?
especially when you're traveling over the huge map. The map is really huge. But sometimes they'll make you drive and you'll be doing little chase scenes and things of that nature, which are a lot of fun. Wish there were more things like that in the game.
Let's see him chase us now. Onto the movie set, Phelps.
Hand over the popcorn, numbskull, before we kick the door in.
And when you're not in gunfights or driving, you'll be chasing people. You'll be chasing people a lot. Seems like every other person you have as a suspect, they will run from you and you'll have to chase them down. And then you'll get into a little fist fight here and there, and that's really it. So the rest of the gameplay, the bulk of the gameplay, is going to be you walking around crime scenes, picking up different clues, as you can see here. You can pick up a lot of different things, not everything. You'll be walking around the edges of houses, tapping A until you find something.
What do you have to do to earn $20,000?
So you'll be picking up a lot of things that don't mean anything, like forks and spoons, as you can see here. There are little puzzles in the game and some big puzzles later on, but they're quite simple. Doesn't take too much to solve them, so not much there in the puzzle department, aside from putting your clues together and interrogating people, which I'll get into. There's a simple mechanic. You're gonna have your clues, and once you got enough, you'll be interrogating your suspects.
You killed Mrs. Muller and stole her jewelry.
That ain't so. I ain't done nothing like that.
And sometimes they'll be telling the truth, sometimes they won't. You'll have to use your evidence against them, and it's up for you to decide that. There is one way to kind of make it easier, which is intuition. It'll get rid of one of the wrong choices, which is nice, especially when you can't tell that they're lying, which a lot of times you can't. It's quite difficult.
You have no job and nowhere to live by the smell of things, and you need money. You've been in trouble before, Eli. Who do you think a jury will believe?
I've been in trouble for other things, but I ain't never killed no one. I saw that car coming to the parking lot late last night. Man got changed there.
Now sometimes, even though the evidence is stacked against them, it'll be heavily stacked against them. They'll still say that they didn't do it, and you really got to use the evidence against them, which is a lot of fun. So if you miss a clue in the crime scene, then you're gonna have trouble convicting them, and you might pick the wrong person.
Here's where we stand, Hugo. Your next door neighbor heard screaming coming from your house. You were burning your blood-stained shoes. You have no one who can confirm your whereabouts last night. Your daughter says you're a violent man. We have everything we need to send you to death row, and all you have to say for yourself is, I didn't do it.
I swear I didn't kill her. Give me that lie test, I can prove it.
We found your wife's car. Someone parked it at the school late last night. Do you have anything to say about that?
It wasn't me.
Where do you keep your work clothes?
I keep them at work in my locker.
Now when you do tell them they're lying, you have to pick one of the clues. So you can't just tell them they're lying.
Hugo, your overalls put you at the scene of the crime last night.
My overalls are in the laundry of my house.
Well, you could tell them they're lying, but it wouldn't work out unless you had a clue.
Green overalls, bloodstained, with the initials HM, found in the trunk of your wife's car.
They can't be mine.
Why, Hugo? Because if they were yours, they'd be in the incinerator too?
Not that I know of. He told me he was looking at locations. The picture's been cast.
Jessica remembered a mermaid. The mermaid on the front of the prop store. You better come clean with me.
This is a sick town, Detective. Are you sure you really want to know?
No. The mysteries in LA Noire are many, and you'll get about, I'd say, 20 to 25 hours of solid gameplay throughout. But the real problem of this game is the replay value is low. Although your different decisions impact the cases and things will happen differently, there's really not much else to do in the game.
Sounds like we're about to make it a hat trick of hysterical female witnesses.
You might want to play it for the quirky lines like that, or some of your favorite memories in the cases, but other than that, the replay value is not there. There's no multiplayer, but that's okay, because this game is still really, really good. And overall, I recommend to buy this game, especially if you want a great game sitting on your shelf. If you're a collector and you really want the best games, this is one of them. If you're not really a collector, you're just looking to play the games, well, I would say at least rent this game. So, this has been DraganRecon, reviewing LA Noire. I hope you all enjoyed the review. Hope you all go try this game because it's really good. And I'll see you all next time. Later.
There he is, officer.
Stop right there, Audie, or I will shoot.